Welcome guys, welcome. We're going to be playing some Panzer Corps 2 today. I will actually just make sure that I've got all the technical stuff happening correctly. Just make sure that we are streaming. Yes we are, that's good, that's good. Alright, okay, so welcome. We're going to be looking at the new DLC, which is just releasing today actually. So Panzer Corps 2 Elite All-American. I'll explain what all that actually means, and I think I'll actually start off by talking a little bit about how this actually does work within the Panzer Corps 2 system. I'll also talk a little bit about Panzer Corps 2, just in case you're not familiar with it. It probably is the most polished, certainly in my experience, the most polished tactical World War II game, like as in a war game. It's a It's brilliant, actually. It's absolutely brilliant, with so many different little innovations that you don't even really notice until you start looking for them. So it's beautifully done. So hopefully I'll do justice to what the game does, and I'll try to explain how to actually play the game as well. Like if you're sort of newish to the game, it's a war game without the complexity of some of the other sort of like token-based war games. It does have, like as I said before, a simplicity about the mechanics of it. Anyway, we're going to be looking at the new DLC, which is Panzer Corps 2 Elite All-American. Now, what Elite is standing for is a group of, if I just go back, I think I've got the base game in through here. So there's a whole lot of different DLC content. And what we'll sort of see through here is if I just open that up and have a bit of a look, is there a list somewhere? When you see the word elite, it means it's following a single unit through the course of the war. In this case, the All-Americans, which are also the 82nd Airborne Division. They're called the All-American because they were, I think when they were first formed in World War I, like not as an airborne division, but as just an infantry division, they sort of took men from all over America, all over from the United States, and so they sort of got the moniker there of All-American at that particular point in time. Fun little historic fact there for you. But by the time that they were really sort of then launched into World War II, they were basically an airborne division. Again, I think historically there was they were looking at different forces that were like stationed in the USA to actually have be trained up as paratroopers, and there was a whole lot of different like National Guards units and stuff like that, but they were all very reluctant to do it. And a lot of the actual also the state-based sort of divisions also didn't want to do it because of the cost of actually of training up a paratroop group. But the 82nd were the ones that were designated, and went on to fame and glory from that point forward. Like had quite a very very intense campaign through the rest of World War II. So anyway, so the elite refers to like an elite group, and you'll sort of see other ones in here. The First Guards. This is like a Russian elite force. There'll be others, I think, as well. The Ghost Division. So this is actually talking about the 7th Panzer Division. So I think there's Rommel's division in through there. So again, just following these units through the course of what they did during the war. And you'll sort of see there that these are all relatively cheap, like because they don't sort of add a lot of, I guess, sort of units and things to the game, but they certainly do add a theme to the game. So they don't cost a hell of a lot to buy these. Then you've got other things, for example, like Allied Operations. This is a new focus that will be coming in other DLCs as well, where this is sort of like a much more campaign focused in terms of it being very, very specific. In this case, really just the invasion of Italy. And so the Allied Operations will then be all sorts of different units sort of coming together. Hi, hello Cthulhu Kitty. And Justin Kipper saying I just brought it. Great price, yes. 60% off at the moment, guys, if you do want to get the base game. Panzer Corps 2, I'll just go back out. Where are we? So it's 60% off the base game. And you get a lot with the base game. The DLCs certainly do add a lot to the game as well, but there's a lot of them. So be judicious about which ones you sort of choose. That's why I'll just do a quick summary as to what the different types are that you have. So Elite, we'll be talking about Elite units. These will tend to be the cheapest of the DLCs that you can pick up. When you go through, like most of the original DLCs were the Axis operations, which went through, and these are themed on specific years, like in this case, Spanish Civil War, the Axis operations 39, 40, 41, and so these are again these are quite cool as well, actually. They sort of add more nuanced gameplay. The base game has got a hell of a lot of stuff, which I'll show you when we get into the actual game itself. So you've got Axis operations. They've sort of run the course there with the like futuristic, ahistorical sort of things there in 1946 with like the invasion of the USA. Frontlines is also one where it then talks about a specific theatre of war. So you end up with like the Battle of Bulge, for example, is a group of campaigns where you're playing out just in the Bastogne region of France and Belgium, I think it is. I'm not exactly sure where that is. Cyrenaica, which is of course in North Africa. So this is sort of like part of the North African campaign. So again, just very much looking at the specifics of the North African campaign in through there. So front lines and then West Wall in through this other side as well. So you got like the different sort of focuses within the battles that then took place in through there again as well. So you can sort of mix and match your own, what you want out of the game, depending on the different DLCs. They're all standalone in terms of, you don't need to have other DLCs to play these. They tend to just sort of cobble together new units in with actual, different ways of gameplay. So the Axis operations have now finished, and now they're going through the Allied operations, just starting to now sort of start to build DLCs in and around this. These are the most expensive of the DLC simply because they add the most content into the actual game itself. That's a bit of a history of it at the moment, but 60% off for the base game is very, very good. So if you don't have it, I would strongly suggest that you look at that, maybe consider it, because you do get a lot with the base game. Let me show you. The base game has got a lot of really cool things. So if we just go back into new game, and we've got the tutorial, of course, the campaign, the scenario, and you've got a random scenarios in through here. This is actually my favourite way of playing the game, and you only need the base game to play this. You don't need the DLC to go and play the random scenarios. But these allow you to then, it makes a random map. You have different factions. You can choose the year that you have it. The tech that's then for that particular year then sort of kicks back in. It's actually a very nice way of playing the game, and depending on what year you choose, you'll have different sorts of forces that you can then sort of play as well. It's sort of, I guess it's not as polished as the rest of the game, just simply because of there's so many little bits and pieces that have to sort of cobble together. But it is my favourite way of playing the game. Scenarios are sort of individual scenarios. Some of the DLCs actually did introduce scenarios, and certainly the base game did also then introduce a lot of individual sort of scenarios in through there as well. So you get a lot of these, I think, just through the base game. Just go back out. The campaign is, I guess, where we can then sort of see the effect of the DLC, but also the base game itself. So the Wehrmacht campaign is the actual base game. So you end up with Poland 39. These are sort of like themed campaigns. Barbarossa, North Africa 1941, Kursk 1943, Italy 1943. And so these are all, you'll see they're all just from the Axis side. And so these are what you get in the base game. There's a lot of content in here. The thing that I think, from me, sort of strikes me with this is the scale of the maps with this is much, much further out than what you're playing when you start to play with the more recent DLCs. And I've got to be honest, I actually prefer the close-in terrain rather than the sort of further out terrain from these earlier versions of the game. So for me, I do prefer the DLCs when I'm playing an actual campaign, simply because of the scale of the actual battle itself. Then we've got, so that's the base. These are the base campaigns you get with the game. The elites, these are each, like, so the Ghost Division, 1st Guards, and then the 82nd Airborne, which is just released today, which is what we're going to be looking at. Allied Operations only just been released a couple of months ago. Frontlines, as I said before, these are then focused on very, very specific theatres of war, and through here again as well. Battle of the Bulge, back and through that side. Fall of Poland, these are just another sort of different DLC. I didn't like this one all that much, to be honest. It sort of was, this one was like, it sort of, I don't know, it just didn't gel with me personally. I haven't looked to see what other people think of that one, but just for me, that was probably the one that I find the least of the different DLCs. And then you've got the different Axis operations. These are excellent as well, like just the different focus of the of what they were doing sort of year by year with different sorts of things as well. So there's lots and lots of content there. But we're going to be playing 82nd Airborne, so we'll just go into this one through here. I will actually up the difficulty to General, so slightly more challenging level intended for veterans of Panzer Corps 2 series who have just started their career in Panzer Corps 2. So you end up with less prestige, which is the money in the actual game itself. So I'm covering the information there. But we'll just go into an advanced options. This is really cool. This is actually where the game itself it's got a beautiful user interface, but also a lot of very interesting sort of things that enhance the game. And so you've got this combat randomness. This is something that every game that relies on a dice roll or a random number generator really should try to find a way of introducing this same mechanic. And so this is the first time I ever saw it really done like this, where you've got a slider. And so what this one does is by using the slider, you can adjust the combat randomness to your taste. 100% is a real result determined by the game's combat rules and formulas. So if I ramp this up to 100%, there's no randomness at all. Actually, does it go the other way? It says 100% is there. 0% combat, 0 is, that's the randomness. So this is full randomness with all of the, with like the way that the game was originally made. If I go back to there, it's all just based purely on the prediction. So there's no surprises. So when you sort of come up to attack a unit, there's no dice rolls at 0%. The default is 50, and it's sort of funny, like when you play it on this 50%, you don't notice the RNG, but it's still got a randomness to it. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool system. Other things in through here, you can sort of flick and turn things on or off, depending on how you want things to then go and work. We'll play with heroes. The heroes in these DLCs are interesting because they do add like a lot of replay value. And you can also then play other things to make the game a lot harder, which we won't do. Anyway, we'll just go and play the game. So when we come in, leadership is intangible and therefore no weapon ever designed can replace it. Omar Bradley, who will be featuring, I guess, in what we're going to be doing today. Oh, hang on, proceed. I just wanted to read it quickly because I thought it was going to disappear. Here we go. So when we start, we get to sort of choose our generals. So we've got like different sort of generals we can sort of just choose from in here. They will be themed as well, depending on the DLC that you've got. So I'll only have like American into this particular one. And so what we want to be doing here is just be very careful. Randomizing is not your friend here. If I go and randomize, this one's not too bad because I only got one negative. If I go and unclick that and then click it again, I can then end up getting so many negatives that it becomes unplayable. And so I don't ever do randomize. It's I would love to. I'd love to be able to play it that way, but it's just too wild. Maybe one thing you could do is just keep on pressing look how many we get this time. This is diabolically difficult when you've got that many negatives. The negatives are terrible. So I can't even get where I just get one. So it's just it's not worth playing that way. So what do we consider your strengths? Now these will actually often have like infantry general. All infantry units cost 25% less slots, and so and we only have two selections, so we can actually then go and make. And this one costs all two. The Panzer general is actually all tank units cost 25% less. If you're sort of divided between the two, for me, infantry is always more valuable than the tanks. You never have as many tanks as you have infantry. So I do like the infantry general as a bit of a go-to. Industry connections, this one, get 15 or 20 random prototypes in every mission except the first mission. So we won't get to see the value of that one. 50% prestige for capturing flags. That just gives us a lot more spending power. That's cost 2 as well. That's actually not bad. Deep recon. That's only what one. This is when we can sort of see what's around the actual objectives. Operational initiative. All units get 4, 3, and 2 initiative on the first 3 turns. There's a heap of them in here. I'm just going to go with my old favourite, which is the infantry general, and that just be done with it. So we'll accept that. Then we have the briefing. So First Blood, the 10th of July, 1943. So this is Operation Husky, and which is the invasion of Sicily. So General DasTactic, I'm Lieutenant General Omar Bradley. Over the past months, we've taken men from across the Army, many from the 9th Infantry Division, and built something new. This division has been trained, organised and prepared for a purpose no unit has yet carried out on this scale. You are not here by accident. You are here because you have proven you can operate independently, think under pressure and carry out your orders without hesitation. That doesn't sound like me. Tonight, that preparation is put to the test as part of Operation Husky. You will deploy by air into this area around Gala. Now, this is interesting because this is also part of the Axis operation aspect as well. Your mission is not to hold ground for its own sake, nor to engage in prolonged combat. You are to establish positions behind enemy lines, seize key routes, and disrupt movement through the interior. Speed and coordination will determine the outcome. Once on the ground, you will assemble quickly and move to your assigned objectives without delay. Different way of playing the game, actually, with this one. This is sort of like they haven't really focused on this sort of behind the lines type aspect in the game before. Sort of hit and run. Enemy armoured units are expected to move towards beaches in response to the landings. Your task is to intercept these movements before they reach the coast. If these forces are allowed to organise and advance unimpeded, they will threaten the success of the operation. You are to deny them that opportunity. Destroy what you can, delay what you cannot, and hold your positions long enough for the landing forces to establish themselves. And so in this case, we've got like a group of German tanks. We can see there's like a little number 20. I don't know if you can see that. But this is, that means that these are very, very much over strength. So that's going to be interesting. All right, so victory objectives: destroy all 5 Hermann-Göring Panzer Division tanks. And this will be 3 of them, I guess. I don't think that would be one of them. It's only got 5 points. So we've got a few different aspects in through here as well. So let's just go and we can just prestige objective. So we can secure triangulation points to provide firing solutions to naval support. So the beach is sort of off, like just off map, but the naval ships can, like by taking these locations, we can then sort of bring in artillery. So that's going to be worth going for. Elite objective, so that's a prestige objective. Elite objective: raid the German HQ inside Nisimi and through here. So we can actually somehow sort of break through into there. That would be good. To get properly established on the ground, your forces must secure a proper landing zone. So down through here, we've got like a landing zone through there. We've got the primary landing zone is already. We've already got certain units of. I don't think they used gliders in this. Not sure how they got these tractors in, because I'm pretty sure Operation Husky was not a glider operation. I thought that was purely a parachute operation. I may be wrong about that. If someone knows, please in the chat, just let me know if I've got that one wrong. So Air Recon has determined this airfield location to be lightly defended, and we have already air transported some light support equipment for you to claim. So yeah, I'm not sure how they got this. We'll have a look at that in just a minute. As a reminder, if you're able to secure any airfields in the area, you can use them to re-embark your paratroopers to rapidly redeploy them to other areas of the battlefield. Okay, so we can actually make use of this to. This is again newish in the game. Like they always bring in little innovations. And this one here, we've got the because we are a paratroop group, we do have the option to try to take this particular airfield and then be able to resupply and so we may make this into a bit of an objective as well. This will be the first combat mission for the 82nd Airborne Division, which is all on their aeroplanes ready to drop. What happens here will determine how this type of force is used in the future, which of course after this one it's then used in D-Day in Normandy. So carry out your orders, rely on your training and maintain discipline under all conditions. If you do that, this mission will succeed. There we go. Okay, so we've got a fair few things to do in this first mission. As I say, I'll try to sort of explain how the game is played. Now, when you first start, this will be like often you're starting just in one little area and then you're expanding out. In this case, we're going to be weaker than the enemy, so we need to then find defensive locations. And there's different ways of actually looking at the game. Like if I go and actually have a look at toggle between strategic mode, if I go and click on this one, I then get an overview map of the actual battlefield itself. WASD keys will then sort of take me through. Now, we've got, this is off towards Geller, so this is actually towards where the beach landings actually are. We've got the other objectives that we had seen there before. In this case, we do have the triangulation point through here, and we do actually have some groups sort of like a bit of a problem. We do have observation nests, which are sort of keeping an eye open. This is why we can see all these different things coming through. There's an Italian tank up the top there. There's that airfield that we saw again. We're just seeing, like, we've got observation posts, which is why we can see these different units. So we've got more vision than what you normally have. So we've got another one back in through there again. Triangulation point through there again as well. Is that another one over here, or is that the same one? Yeah, that's one there as well. So we'll be needing to take those. That's another one there. These aircraft is what we're sort of seeing down through this other side. And we've sort of got like areas where they've got wooden pillboxes. This is the Axis forces. So they've got pillboxes in through here, along with other troops. So for us to plan effectively, we need to look at the terrain. Now, if there is sort of, like this is, you'll see this one is hills. These are good for defence, but we can't see anything else inside those. So there's a lot of hills down in here. Where those Hermann Goering forces are, these Tigers, these are going to be very, very, very powerful. And we can see down through there, if I go and click on that one, it's got experience of 3,000, like level 3. So these will get all sorts of different bonuses to their accuracy, etc. So these are going to be very, very hard to destroy. So if I was them, they possibly will come through these. Well, they've got to get through the hills. And so the hills here are going to be our friend. If those tanks get out into open terrain, they're going to be much more difficult for us to contend with. So the hills, if I go and have a look at the hills in through here, all the different terrain, and there's not that much of it you have to then really worry about. Like out through here, this is just clear terrain. If we have a bit of a look at this one, it says it's just, oh, this one's got a dirt road. I'll just go into here. This is just countryside. There's really no benefit with anything that does go on through here. It does sort of tell me what the movement tables are, etc. The maximum entrenchment there is 5. Entrenchment speed is 3. So we can sort of entrench into that location if we need to. This is countryside as well. So countryside does nothing. In this case, we've just got clear, but with a road. The road is then going to allow us to move faster along the road. So blocking off the roads is going to be important. Up through here, we've actually got like a major road, so even faster movement through that major road. So we'll need to sort of stop a lot of transport that comes along these roads if we can. So the hills are going to be important to us. Now the hills have got like a different sort of ability. When I hover over them, base entrenchment is 2. So when you first move into them, you entrench straight away, which then helps you with defence. Maximum entrenchment is 7. And the entrenchment speed is 6. So we can entrench pretty quickly. It does cost a lot of movement to sort of move into these hills. I don't know if there's any mountains on the map. I don't think there will be. In this case, we do have forest down the bottom through here. Thick forest. So there's different types of forest. In through here, we've just got forest. This is just standard forest. Again, we can see very clearly in this map mode. If we have a look at this one through here, this one has got even more entrenchment, up to 10. So this is actually better again for doing things. In the heavy forest, this one here is also pretty much the same, but you can see there that the only things that can actually move through thick forest is the like feet, alpine, and horse, and pretty much it. That's it, all we can really sort of have move through there. For the light forest, or for the normal forest, we can then sort of see that pretty much everything can move through just normal forest. So the thick forest, if that is blocking the way, then that is that can be quite important. Now the only thick forest we have is in the bottom of the map. If I have a look at this one, this is just rough. So rough again is a bit different. This one is there's movement allowed everywhere through there. There's also things like this. These are towns that we actually have in through this other side again, where again everything can sort of move through these, but you do get very, very good entrenchment. So fighting in the towns is good for us as well, because we're mainly just going to have infantry, I would think. So that's sort of what we have. Then we also then have Bocage. Now Bocage gives us also a little bit of entrenchment. it does sort of impede movement a little bit. So we're going to need to sort of break out, but we're going to have to get across into here. So just looking at this one from a purely defensive position, this division, from what we've been told, is supposed to try to get out, well, I'm guessing out through here to Gala. So it could come along this road system there, maybe break out through these hills. What's the movement through the hills for tracked? 2. So it halves their movement, but that may still be better. Like if I go and click on this one here, for example, it can get to there, or it can move along the road and get out to here. Now, by the time it's trying to get over to this other side, it probably is just going to be faster to go through the hills and then get onto these little tracks and then come back through this other side. So I'm assuming that may be the way it does it. This one here may go across this major road and then sort of start to move maybe through here. So I think that these areas here are important for us to sort of then try to claim. But we'll need to deal with the Italian forces first. So I hope that all makes sense. So we're the dark green, they're the light green. So that's going to be the Italians. The Germans will be the grey. The way that will sort of then work. So we do actually have these little outposts in through this other side where someone's just sort of sat down inside, and just really just looking out everywhere. We're also seeing other different tanks. It might be better now if we just switch back into the other mode, so we can sort of start to now see the actual units. So with these different units in through here, these are fairly weak. These have only got like 5 health. So these are not going to be. There's not going to be too much to do with these. I'll talk about how, like, we'll maybe just work out an approach of how we're going to then sort of go and take this particular location. When we have a look at it, we'll just look at the units that we actually have available and the units that they have available. Now we do need to go and get a supply hub. This is the supply hub right here. You can see there with it sort of like the circle with the half circle in it. They are, in fact, if I just zoom back out again, we should see, no, we're not seeing it there. I can turn all the units off. How do I do that? Always lose track of how to actually get these done. Let's undo. It's funny, I always forget some of the keyboard shortcuts in here. Again, the game is great with what you can actually do. There's so much you can personalize. Other language, units, terrain, hotkeys. Sorry, that's it there. I'm just going to skim. I'll probably miss it. Information I is important. Toggle strategic mode. That's number 5. Toggle unit list. No, that's not it. That's different again. That's off to the side. Not seeing it there specifically. I'm just sort of skipping through. Okay, so Master Flump is saying, what time is the Blood Bowl preview? There is, not that I don't know of any Blood Bowl preview. After this one, we've got the Nightmare Frontier preview, which is also releasing today. So that's going to be an hour and a half. But I don't know about Blood Bowl, sorry. Toggle air mode, yeah. No, I can't sort of see it there. Just in terms of being able to hide the units. Anyway, I'll just get back to it, resume the game. But if I go and have a look at it, I can sort of see there that there's a supply hub there. Any other supply hubs? That will become more extremely important to us. There should be a supply hub for the enemies as well somewhere. I'm not seeing it around the outside edge. Alright, so we need to get that becomes critically important in this case to be able to then sort of bring the supply back in. So this is where we're going to be heading. Let's just have a look and see what we actually have at these different locations. So when I go and click on this one through here, there's a wooden pillbox and we can see information about it. I'll just quickly sort of talk about what these have. Different units will have different abilities. If I go and press the I key, I can then sort of see information about it. And so maybe I'll just look at it from in here. It's got 7 health through here. The suppression at the moment is 0, so it hasn't been suppressed at all. It doesn't require fuel. It's got 6 ammo. It will get that, as long as it can get supply, it will get those every turn. The entrenchment here is 3 of 8, and so it will slowly entrench up to 8 at this location. If we leave it alone, it's going to get stronger. It's got 950 experience, which means it's got 1 star, and the accuracy there is 50%, so it's only got 50% accuracy. The class is structure, so it doesn't move around. Prestige, it costs 238 to actually go and buy this one. Prestige is your money. Slot 0, so movement type is immobile, so it can't move anywhere. And then it's got other, like I'll just skip past these. It's got spotting. It can spot at range 4. Its range of attack is 0, which means it has to be, like, it can only really hit those things around it. Initiative, so that would be as if it was actually a artillery unit, which it's not. Initiative is 5, so initiative is a complex measure of the unit's gun range, optics, etc., etc. So it says the bigger your initiative advantage, the more strength you can kill suppress before the enemy counterattacks you. There's an important actual factor, like it's to actually sort of see who, like if you can get a few shots in before they can shoot back, you're going to do fairly well. Soft attack, this is the important stuff, really. This is probably the most important. Soft attack is against infantry. They've got a 12 attack in through there. Hard attack is also fairly high at 14. This goes against armour. Air attack of 0. Naval attack of 1. Ground defence there of 16. So this is their defence rating against ground attacks. Air defence there of 12. So it actually does defend well against air. And it's then got the close defence. So this unit's defence rating when it is being shot at from short distance. So this is actually more for infantry attacks. So it's got a fairly good defence in through there as well. And the target type is, it's actually designated as a hard. So when you've got the soft and hard, it comes in as a hard. Abilities, it's got the abilities, understanding the abilities of what you're going up against is really important in this game. Rapid fire, 1.5, so it makes 1.5 more shots than normal and consequently deals 1.5 damage to the target. So the damage is going up with what it can actually then go and do. This trait does not affect ammo spending. This unit still consumes 1 ammo per stack. So the 6 ammo that we saw up through here, it will actually do more damage than the 6 ammo would typically allow with the way it does work. Never surrenders, and there's no unit management. This unit cannot be purchased, upgraded, or replaced. So it's just part of the map. So that's that one. That's that one in through there. There's other things you can have a look at as well if there's heroes, etc., etc. It's got some awards already. So survive, as long as this unit has more than 1 strength, it will always survive enemy attacks. Okay, so +1 to soft attack. So destroy 200 points. Yeah, okay, this one here is a little bit better than what we expect. History, and not going to worry about that one through there. Camouflage and signature, etc., etc. So that's actually the wooden pillbox. What else have we got through there? So this is actually, I'll just close that one off because it's now just going to go through every single unit in the game. So we've got that one there, which is so that one's something we're going to need to take out. We've also then got this one here, which I'll just press the I key for this one. This one is an anti-air unit, and these can usually be switched down between anti-air and anti-tank, but in this case it does have anti-air. And it's got a range there of 2, so it can actually defend within 2 any aircraft that flies near it. So we have to be careful of that as well. We need to know this stuff before we get started. You can see there that its soft attack is only 3, its hard attack is 9, and its air attack is only 6, so it's not that strong. So it's pretty weak actually, and it's got 10, which is the default is 10 is for the actual health. So it's got AA support, so it provides support fire against air to ground attacks. Will shoot any fighters, suppressing fire, bigger part of damage done. So it mainly does suppression attacks more so than so suppressing units more so than actually damaging them. It's got rapid fire again, no retaliation, enemy units don't shoot back when attacked by a unit of this trait, and low altitude attack. So anti-air units with this trait can access close defence of attacking aircraft with the same trait. So it sort of is, again, built against aircraft. So we've got that one through there. We've then got this this particular one, which is just a, is that a Breda? Is that what these ones are? We get to see, does it sort of tell us anything else there? Anyway, this one here, if we just go and press this one here, this is a recon unit, which means it can actually sort of move around multiple times. Rapid fire again, phase movement, which is that's what recons can then go and do. And again, we're looking at the soft attack, hard attack, and through this other side. Yeah, so it's a recon unit. Only 5 strength. So pretty weak with what it can actually then go and do. This one here, I'll just do it from the other side through here. You can see here we've got the, this is soft attack, hard attack, and through here again, we're just having a look at those different aspects. Movement is up there, spotting of 2, initiative 6. What's this one here? That's 7. That one was the one that we saw that was 5. Initiative here of 14, so it will always sort of move first against aircraft. So we have to be careful of that when aircraft do sort of getting close. You can see there that's the range that it actually has. This one through here has also only got 5. Again, low initiative. So with the units we have, we've also then got these which are fairly small. Now we've got a few bridging units which are not really going to be able to do anything. So these don't have a great attack. So these are useless for this first phase that we're looking at. We also then have an artillery unit. So we can sort of see there that this is class artillery and does actually have a Studebaker truck to carry it if it needs to be carried. So I can actually attack these particular ones, but in this stage we're still just deploying. I don't think I can I deploy anywhere else? Like, I don't know if I can. If I just go and have a quick look and see. Purchase units. I still have a few that I can purchase. I've got a little bit extra that I can then go and do. If we go and, if we just have a quick look and see what we've actually got. So if you just go back into the, just go back out from there. So these are the units we actually have. We've got airborne divisions. If we go and click on these are on board the aircraft. If I just go and press I on those, we can then sort of see soft attack, hard attack is up there, which is not too bad. Initiative is 6, so not great. These aren't going to be that great actually, like with what we sort of need to do. So they're all just airborne all the way through. Then we've got the bridging engineers in through there. We've got a few like low-level recon, just Willys Jeeps and a scout car. 2 artillery, these different structures, and then the land transport. This one here, it says mobile airfield. Okay, well, that's what this is then. So this is actually just what these represent is a mobile airfield. If we have a look at these won't have any. If I just go and press I, there's no attack value there. They are literally just an airfield. So I'm not sure how we use these. I've never seen these before in the game, but that's what they are. So we've got those 3 there. So primary landing zone. Now, does that mean we can then drop things in? So again, we want to be careful with what we end up doing in through this other side. If I go and take this one off, actually, if I go into, let's just see if we can bring in another unit. I don't know what will happen if we bring in, for example, we've got the heavy weapons, we've got the Marines, Rangers, that's the airborne there. So Rangers can paradrop. There's the engineers, they can't paradrop. What I'd like to do is just see if we can just purchase one of these. And do we then get to drop it? Yes, we can, into one of these. There's nowhere else, is there? No, that's it. Well, that's not going to really help me that much. Oh, I can put them on the ground. Okay. Well, in that case, that is actually worthwhile. So I can just sort of take them off, undeploy. So I will bring them up through the guts of what we're trying to do here. Oops, hang on, just deploy. There we go. In that case, we can actually spend a little bit. We've got a little bit to spend in here, so let's go and do that. Engineers are useful. What they do is that they will actually then have, so military engineer sort of ignores enemy entrenchment, so if we're sort of trying to break through, but they also help the minesweepers, They're bunker killers, and they're also got entrenchment support, so they can entrench quickly. So we need to get these across into the... actually, we could have got a Studebaker truck with one of those. I might grab a second one just to sort of aid the others. So let's just go and grab a truck. Can we do that one? No, we can't. Oh, yes, we can. Yeah, we can. So we've purchased that as well. And that way we can sort of move on up. Oops, did it again. Oh, you know, we actually... Yeah, it does have the truck, which I didn't think it could do because of where we were. So we're up to 48. We've still got 315. So we'll go back to purchase, because we'll be able to get other things. Infantry are sort of like all round, you know, so this is what we actually sort of need to get into different areas. The heavy weapons, basic US infantry would be okay, but in reality, yeah, getting a few, actually the Airborne will be okay with what they then go and do. If I go and click on Airborne and have a quick look at Rangers, we can sort of see there that they've, the Rangers have got more ammo. They've got the same combat abilities, really. They do have better defence, the Rangers. We're just looking across at this screen over through here. The Engineers are they've got a completely different sort of area. The US Infantry are cheaper at 200. There's nothing much there. In terms of tanks, this is what we can currently afford. I don't think I'll worry about those just yet. Recon, we do actually have the Greyhound, which I can bring back across as well. Recon is going to be really important. I think we might get that one, but we'll have a quick look. We've got anti-tank, don't need that one just yet, but I will need those when we do get started, and I'll need to have some sort of way of transporting these around. Anti-aircraft, won't need those just yet. Artillery, won't need those just yet either. Fighter craft would be fairly valuable, actually, to be able to bring some of these in. We do get the prototypes as well, so we can sort of bring in, like, I think these, oh, that's a Wildcat, is it? No, that's a Thunderbolt. So we've got a Thunderbolt down through there, which we could bring in for 200 points. We've also then got tactical bombers, which would be useful. We've got nowhere to park these things, so they're not really worth getting at this point in time. So I think Recon, let's just go with a Greyhound. Now, why is a Greyhound better than the M20? Or even this one through here, which is only 140. If we have a look at the actual combat abilities, so the Greyhound has got better anti-tank abilities than the others, but it's got worse. The other one is actually better at soft targets, which is probably, yeah, no, I still think the Greyhound is going to be the better way for us to go there. The M20 is yeah, similar sorts of attack values, so I'm just going to add across through there. Let's just go and purchase that as well. And we'll throw this one down. Why can't we place that one? Oh, we can't do it. For whatever reason, I think it's only infantry that can actually be placed. So in that case, look, I've got 145. I don't think there's much else I can really bring in at this stage. So we'll end our deployment phase here. So units have not been deployed on the map and won't participate. Hang on, just go no. I'm pretty sure I can't bring that one in. I'll just zoom out a bit. Now, unfortunately, we're stuck until we get the airfield. So this one was a bit of a waste of money. We don't know that until we really sort of get started. So we'll end the deployment phase, and now we're into turn one. We've got 27 turns to sort of hold on here. I'm going to go to the... now this is just the engineers that we sort of saw through here. And I'm just going to now push them up towards these other guys. There's some forest there, which would be nice to get into. Now this one here has also then got trucks and things. If I do that, they stay on the trucks, which makes them extremely susceptible. So I don't want to do that just yet. Let's just move them this way. Just move them out, just so we can sort of start to scout through here a little bit. In terms of what we're trying to do in here, what can we do? What's the what ability can they do through here? Switch. Okay, mobile airfield there. All right, so we can actually move these things in. Now, I should have probably done that during deployment. I didn't realize we could do that. Yes, we can bring aircraft in. I'll keep those where they are. We really don't have a lot we can do with any of this stuff. So we're going to have to make use of the airborne troops. So you can see there we can sort of paradrop anywhere in around sort of where we end up going. Now I want to avoid this, but still be close enough to then sort of do other things. So if we have a look at this area through here, this is Bocage, which is a bit defensive. These are Willys Jeeps, which are not all that strong. So we're going to need to first of all take, I'll just go with the rear one through here. Let's go and start to get ready to take this one here. Now if I go into this location, I don't know if I can actually drop this off in one go. If we use the airfield, let's just go into this airfield here. Because that we were outside of the range of this. Let's give that a go and just see if we can actually then go. Can we undeploy that? Looks like we're stuck with it. I think we've already screwed this up in that case. If I move that to there, can I deploy? No, I've just got to get it ready to move off. I'll just keep on moving these up in this case, and just get them ready to drop. I don't think I can actually tell them to go. I haven't really made much use of these airdrop troops. I think I've got to be there before I sort of do, like at the start of the next turn. Let's go this way. We need to get into the hills as well. Just secure this area first. Yeah, so I wasted one of these landing areas. End up sort of dropping into that location. It's another good location for us. And we can drop sort of next to things as well. Can't really get into a defensive location there easily. We can there. Let's just move that one up. Okay, and then we've got the river. I don't know if we need, actually we do have to try to get that triangulation point, which is this one here, or this one here. We've got a defensive position there. That's a problem. Just go with both of those, and to just go to the next one along, it's just going to be the right bracket. These can move slightly. I'm just going to move them away from the attacks. I don't know why we can't fire with those. This has got no more movement. Yeah, that's all that's left. Okay, so we'll end our turn here. Here they come. Yeah, so they're going along that major road. Yeah, but these little areas aren't going to be able to sort of see things too much. Oh, that was anti-air. I didn't realise that. Nice. They're holding on. Okay, so we've got to take this location as soon as we can over here. So we didn't suffer any real damage here, but I can actually now just drop this one into this position. Now they're encircled at this stage, but can we fire yet? No, we still can't. That one there. See, we've got the troops are leaving. Where was it? It was from here. So they're moving along this road. Actually, they may go down this way. So I need to sort of try to get into the hills, but I need to have all of this protected as well. I think we'll just drop. Where we can. They still can't move. Can we bring in this now? Nope, still can't get that until we actually get this, I don't think. So that was a bit of a waste. Now this one here, we can't drop it. It's not. I thought we'd be able to get into the airfield here and actually make use of this, but we don't seem to be able to. I think this must be only for aircraft. Now if they come along this road here, I might just go to here. And that way we sort of end up with a bit of a force to just stop these tanks, hopefully. And what else do we have? This one as well. So let's bring them further afield. Up. Just encircle this. That way we can bring in the guns. Now where we've got the little down arrow, it means that they're going to be able to get off the back out of the equipment. So this one they can move and do things. In this case I can just move, they come off but they don't get anything else. But it does give me another, they're now in the bocage again, so these engineers can sort of help with attacks if we can just get a few units down that way. This is sort of out in the open. I think I'll leave those where they are. I might bring more of these up to help out on these hills. So we'll start to sort of try to make sense of all of this fairly soon. Again, we just don't have the attack this turn, so I guess that sort of is modelling them just collecting themselves. This one did take a bit of damage. So we'll stay where we are there. Let's just go through right bracket and just see what we can actually do with these. I'm not sure why we don't have the attack initially. I think it's because we paradropped. It's okay. Just close that one off. Now that one there. That's hills there. Might move that one across. Just get ready for those tanks. Just leave them where they are. think I'll just stay where I am in here actually. So we end up losing if we attack those. So I'll just stay where we are. That should be fine. That's pretty much it. Yep, let's just end our turn here. Oh, that's not good. It's going to hurt. So with our first attack, we certainly have not done well with the way that we're approaching this. We should now be able to smack our way through into here. These are still not supplied. Now this one here, I end up with getting 1 suppression coming back, but I do 5 damage there. I can also smash this. Because these are engineers, so we use the flamethrower. We did in the end. That's down to just 1 now. But what else could we use? This one here doesn't have much in terms of its firepower. Here we go. That's destroyed that one. But we need to get onto it. Okay, well, it gives us 5,000 to now spend. So we've taken the supply location, which means I should be able to drop... Yeah, I can now start to drop these things in. So let's go and drop that in there. We still have... so we've got a lot more prestige now, and we can now start to bring in bigger units. So so that's critical. That's interesting, actually. So, and having those engineers, that was a good move to actually have those come in. This thing won't get a chance because it's only just come in, so it doesn't actually have any firepower. Yeah, these have got the little red over its over what it can then go and do. These ones still can't fire. Oh yes, it can. Now it can. That's okay, and those pillboxes. Now that one, oh, hang on, this I thought we were up there. If that being on a river is very, very susceptible to anything that is going on through here. So this little Renault R35 is actually on the river. So minor river can significantly slow down the offensive. Most ground units here, but it's actually very hard to cross. They're going to be able to get across, unfortunately. I need to again take this location. Just going to take a bit of time. Let's move that one in and around. Yeah, none of these can do anything until we really establish this airfield. Let's move that one across slightly. Now got that one encircled because we're sort of on opposite sides. We can now go and purchase. So in terms of us being able to move across now, we now have to bring things in to stop those tanks. So anti-tank guns are going to be very, very important. And what we're looking for here is we've got one that's going to cost. This is a Hellcat. So it's going to be a mixture of different things. So for example, like the movement is 7, which is actually pretty good. The anti-tank abilities, the hard attack is 25, which is again very, very good. takes up 4 slots. I don't think there's much else. If I start to hover over this one, the Wolverine is only 3 slots, and it's just slightly less with what it does do, but it's slower. This one here is also slow. It's surprising this thing is so fast, this Hellcat. This one here is a lot cheaper, but it's sort of it doesn't have the movement. But so I could bring in, like, if I grab one of these guys, I could just bring in a half track or a truck, one of the two, and bring them up. That's actually not bad. I might do that. Actually, I'll just see what else I can bring in. Anti-aircraft, artillery would be useful. The fighter, we could start to bring these in if we wanted to. Let's look at the most expensive. So with this one here is the Thunderbolt. Yeah, so this Lightning is actually going to be a little bit better, but it does take up. They're both 3 slots. It's funny, the Corsair. We're really looking for anti-air. Yeah, the Corsair is the one, isn't it, really, when you look at that? Oh, actually, in this one here, the Hellcat. So that's 5. Wow. Takes up 5 slots, and we can't afford it. The P40, you're nowhere near as strong as that. The Hellcat, nowhere near as... That's 10. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. I don't know if I want to be wasting 4 points. I think I'll leave all them alone. I think it's going to have to be anti-tank that we bring in at this stage. So let's go and bring those in. Now that makes it 300, but it's only 2 slots. The slots are pretty more important than anything at this stage. So let's go and add to the basket, and we'll just go and get 2 of those. So we'll purchase that, and I've only got a couple of slots here anyway. I've got 3, so I'll make use of this. So I'll bring them in just so we can start to move them up to help the others. And in through here, I think I'll grab another Recon. Another Greyhound. Right, that's the only slots we can then go and sort of fulfill. So we quick run through everything. Again, I don't want to use those. This one here, we've got these tanks now coming in. Now I can start to bring these across. We actually do have like a cliff face over here. I still can't do anything with them. So they can't attack yet. Yeah, I'll drop them underneath those, which unfortunately there's only 6 of them left. Oh, didn't mean to do that one. I do get 3 undos. Just can't drop directly into the forest, but I can move into the forest. All right. Okay, so that's done. These in here we can do big damage. Now we're getting, see when I hover over that one, we get mass attack because there's 2 of them giving support. This is another aspect of what we can then go and do. We're going to lose troops there against that one, but not so much there. Let's just bring this one down. So these guys here, now that we can start to fire with these. Oh, nice. We still get to move, so I'll just move this one down as well, just to lend support. Yep, so they can't do much else. I'll move them up into the hills again, just to try to help out over here. So this airborne unit has already fired, so it can't really do much else. So just leave it where it is. Again, I don't want to fire that just off. Yeah, so we've gone through now pretty much everything. All right, we'll end our turn there. I should have checked to see what the strength is of those other units. Just the bridging units. And see how they've now switched down to anti-tank. Going to try to encircle us. So what have these got? If we have a look at these, yeah, they're very strong against infantry and also against armour. Yeah, it's going to completely destroy us. Right, we're trying to delay them though. I guess that's the step. Another triangulation point back up the top there. I can start to bring in replacements. These are green, so I'll just bring in normal replacements. Now that there is countryside, which we don't really get much to do. But it will start to sort of delay them. Again, I don't want to attack them just yet. We need to claim this. Now they've gone into an anti-tank mode. Now we've got recon around us because of these. Now that's the first Bersaglieri, the Italian troops. Just start to make use of this stuff. Now we've got these combat engineers, there are combat engineers there as well. So we end up with those abilities there. Being sort of pushed around all over the place here. It's got it off there. That then gives us the airfield. That will then destroy this one. Not quite. It's surrendered now, that's good. Okay, and that's good as well. Great stuff. Alright, so we're starting to now pick up the bits and pieces in here. I don't know why we still can't really make good use of these. Yeah, actually I can now. We'd soften up these targets. Actually, that was good. We ended up getting one kill there as well, but mainly suppression. And then this is the scout car, which now can move up. Because it's been suppressed, we can now do some more damage to it. Just keep on following it up. Okay, move that one out. So got a bit that we can bring in here. Okay, so Beam something, probably it's a Pizza Hut. Not sure what you mean. Do you mean these little landing zone things? Fleishman is then saying Hellcat were very nippy. They had some new dive system, could reach over 55 miles per hour in good conditions. 55 or 550? I'm not sure. Sonoris is saying, and Blood Bowl? Where's Blood Bowl mentioned? That's the second person asking about Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl preview. There was information to go back through. If you are interested in the information about Blood Bowl, it's the information about it. I'll just show you where that actually is. So if you go to Twitch, I'll just go to the Slytherin Twitch channel. I'll just show you where you can find it, or on YouTube as well if you're wanting to find it there. But if you go to TV/Slytherin, hopefully we can do this while I'm still live streaming. And if I then go to, where is it? There should be videos somewhere. I hardly ever look at this, so not sure where it will show up. Browse, is it? No, that's everything. Should be a video area. Just before I streamed this, there was, of course, the Slytherin Next, and the very end of that had a long discussion about what's happening in Blood Bowl. I can give you a summary of, but I'm not seeing the actual videos there. That's the schedule. Video, so there we go. So we get there. Slytherin Next is this one here. So we get there. So if you go into there and go to the very end to around here somewhere, there we go, Blood Bowl. So in around here, 143-ish. You'll then find the information about it.
We have a new guest, and that is Mathieu from Cyanide. You're the lead engineer.
Yep, so this is from Cyanide, Marco from Slytherin. So if you are looking for Blood Bowl info, there it is there. So, but that's, so this was recorded a couple of hours ago now, I guess. So if you just go into there, you'll actually then hopefully be able to find it there. So does that make sense? Hope that will sort of get you what you want. There's good information in there about what they're going to be doing. The different sorts of things. They're going to be changing a lot of the, my takeaway from that one is that they're going to be changing the business practice is going to be the first thing that they change. They're going to get rid of all of the things where you sort of ended up renting the different groups. You'll now be able to buy the different factions. There'll be 14 base factions. There's 12 at the moment in Blood Bowl 3. So, and that will be free to anybody who currently has Blood Bowl. If you are wanting Blood Bowl, it's 50% off right now, Blood Bowl 3. So they'll still be building into Blood Bowl 3. All of the other factions, other than the 14 that come with the game, will then be DLCs that you then buy. So that's sort of like the takeaway that I took from it. I'm a bit sort of scathing about the peripheral aspects of Blood Bowl 3. I love Blood Bowl, but Blood Bowl 3 for me, they didn't really mention about trying to fix any of those things up. So that's so for me, it's definitely worth it at 50% off. But it's at the moment, so I'm not sure how long that special actually lasts for. 60% off at the moment for this one here. Let's just have a quick look and see. But if you already have Blood Bowl 3, everything basically gets honoured. Yes, this is actually now in through this other side. Yeah, so unfortunately this is mostly negative. Hopefully they can resurrect this stuff and bring it back. I really am hopeful of that. A lot of work to do though, a lot of work to do. So so there's going to be, so most of the stuff will then change. The various ways of sort of, renting, so essentially the stuff will then sort of be dropped and you'll then be able to buy the proper DLCs for the game itself. But hopefully they can fix it. So I am hopeful on one aspect, and I'm really unsure about the other aspects. So anyway, we'll sort of see how they go. But anyway, that's 50% off at the moment is actually a very, very good deal. So yeah, actually 60% off there for the Black Orcs edition. Well, that's good. You do get different. I forget what you get with all these different versions. To be honest, it's confusing, and that's what they're going to be trying to fix up. Is just making it so that things make more sense. There was frivolous stuff that just never did anything. So anyway, there's if you maybe have a bit of a read to see what you do get from the different versions. But anyway, that's if you are trying to find it, it is on the previous stream, not on this stream. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I hope if you are looking for Blood Bowl information, then it's at the back end of the Slytherin Next, which is also on YouTube as well. So that's where we are there. Ditch that one, and yeah, that's where it was. About 2 hours into the presentation, it's then sort of talking about a lot about Blood Bowl. They talk until the very end, so there's a fair bit of content there about information about Blood Bowl if you're looking for it. All right, we'll get back to our game. So hope that makes sense. Right. But anyway, there will be more content. I'm looking forward to playing it, to be honest, and sort of seeing how it goes. I guess because I love it so much, I'm quite scathing about where it is at the moment with Blood Bowl 3. Like it's not in a comfortable place. So, but I do love the game, just not the iteration that's currently there. Hope that all makes sense. Now, this one has been hit pretty hard. I can't sort of smack anything with this one just yet, but we need to get this one up and away from all of this stuff. Now, I've got to be careful, so I'm just going to go and move that one. Why can't we move up there? It says we can. We now have better access. If I move all the way up to there, I'm then going to be on the truck, which is not ideal. Where's my other anti-tank? Did we lose that already? We must have lost it. It's the only one we've got. Just have a quick look at the that's the unit list there. Yeah, I've only got one tank. That must have been destroyed. Geez, that was I didn't even see that happen. Now at the moment I've completely mismanaged this whole attack. We don't have enough to get the support we need up through here to stop these tanks. This is really the whole objective of what we need to do. Yeah, I've sort of screwed this a little bit. I don't know if we can just keep on bringing more and more up. I think it's going to help. I need to get anti-tank equipment up there. Well, I can still keep on bringing in more things in around these slots. So let's just go and see what we can actually bring in. Maybe we will need to get some aircraft in as well. It's just the amount of core slots are the problem. So let's just go and buy in a couple of fighter craft. The Corsair versus the Hellcat. It's just this one extra slot that it uses. If I brought in, I'm going to need two of these aircraft. I'm going to get 2 Corsairs. So I'll just purchase those. So I can bring these anywhere and around these airfields. Let's bring those in. Now that's only leaving me 3 core slots now. Yeah, they can't move off, they can't do anything. We'll just go back across again to purchase. We're back with anti-tank again, really. The bridging engineers aren't really required anywhere. That one can't do anything just yet. There's really nothing much we can do. worth it. I need to take this. This is interesting. I didn't bring enough here to actually fix this, to finish this off. I needed 3. So I would need to bring another unit down from over here somewhere. That one also doesn't get to shoot at anything. That one's now within range. I finished that one off. Keep on chasing them over this river if we can. That one really can't do anything, so I'll just keep it where it is. Not sure why that one can't move. It should be able to move off. Yes, we're back with those again. Yeah, nothing else we can do, so we'll end our turn there. It's mainly going to be the suppression damage that's going to be a problem. Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid. Damn. I've mismanaged this terribly. The good thing about this, though, is we're digging in. So we can't attack, but we're delaying. And this is actually what I think one of the objectives that we had was just to delay this one. I might just move this off. I'll just move the unit list away, just so we've got the full screen there. Now, this one here, unfortunately, we've actually lost a lot of power with that one. Got it. Wow, that's fantastic. We have to now heal this one up. Starting to get a little bit of experience, but not a hell of a lot, so we'll just go with the normal replacements. The scout car. That's nice. Got rid of that one as well, which is great. Oh, there's another one of the ones that we had. Let's get replacements in there. Unfortunately, there's too many that we're dealing with down this side. Start to put pressure on it. Now the aircraft. Where are the other ones that we're attacking? They've disappeared. Where are they? Need to find them and do what damage we possibly can. We can start to suppress the... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. So what have we got in here? This is a ME-410 tactical bomber. So that's actually ideal for us to go and destroy. And we'll bring the other one up as well, just to give support. So rather than attack straight away, I'm better off just grabbing it and using the two of them together. Now they should see how it's got mass attack. That does give me a slight advantage. We lost 2 there, unfortunately. It's down to 3. I've only got 1 more slot left, so I can't really bring anything else in. Still got a whole lot of different things I can air transport in as well. Yep, we'll get rid of this. Nice. We need to block this area over here. Just do what damage we can. Yeah, when we end up losing a lot of points, let's just do what damage we can. Again, these are engineers. They can't do anything. They've already moved. I can move away with that, which I think I'll do. Just keep on getting replacements. Okay, that's now all been decked out. We'll keep that where we are. So I think that's at this stage we are now locking in these German Panzers, stopping them from moving off towards the coast. We still have to try to get through in here. Look at this. We just never quite get on top. And it's just not going to happen there. So I'm sort of surrounded here, so I can't even fix this unit up. We need support. Let's get more units in there. So I need to bring this one down to help once we sort of deal with all of this stuff. This Greyhound here. Not quite. We'll just follow it along. Alright, let's see what else we've got. This one here. I do want to start to bring these up. That should be all pretty clear now. Let's just move this one out along these dirt roads. We'll just stay where we are with that little pillbox. Now I can change my aircraft areas into something a bit closer, but I don't need to do that just yet. Yep, so they're all going to be fine. You can just press Z on these. That way they don't show up again. Right, end our turn. Lose that. Oh no, we're still. I mean, yeah, we'll lose it now, I think. Damn it, that one's gone as well. I should have moved that one out of the way. Okay, we're still not really getting ahead here. Lost that one finally. Interesting. So we've got one that came up to here. So we can smash that one. This one's only got 3. It's only got 5. Let's just see if we can get lucky here. No, we didn't. In that case, I will move this one in as well, just to get the kill. Damn, he held on. That's not expected. That shouldn't have happened. These guys are digging in nicely. Leave them where they are. I don't think I can see us here. Let's just move along this road. Just get the anti-tanks up that way. Might just get replacements in here now. I'll start to get elite replacements. Just keep on putting pressure on this. That's good. Put recon up this way. There's more coming in this other side now as well. And we sort of need to stay where we are. I'll pop this one onto that location because we can't have anything else coming to here. We do need to protect this. Just get elite replacements there. Elite replacements there. Got another 3 we can bring in if we had to. Be able to bring them in next turn just to have them sort of help out in case these try to break out. I think I need these back down this way now. Having the recon does help us a little bit. Yeah, that was violent. It's now encircled. Are you going to give up? Nope, not going to. Is there anything else we can bring up? We can still fire, but not really, not effectively. Just bring those back on there. They can just sit there and protect that a little bit for a little bit longer. So we've been too slow down in here. Just go from unit to unit. Just press the Z key on units we don't want to be moving. This one does have, okay, this one here, I don't get the other shot. Okay, next one. Just leave them where they are. So Thunderbro is also saying it's Blood Bowl lol. Not sure what information are you guys getting about Blood Bowl? That this isn't listed as a Blood Bowl stream at all, is it? Pretty sure. Might just double check that. Now you got me a bit worried. No, Panzer Corp 2, that's all right. So hang on, what's going on here? So, all right. I mean, there was the information about Blood Bowl in the previous stream, so at the back end of that previous stream, if you are looking for it. Okay, so that's all done. We'll just go and end our turn here. What we have done well is actually block off these tanks. Hurting a lot. We're just too suppressed to do much with it. Yeah, I didn't bring enough down to that triangulation point, and so we're sort of now suffering for that. Just bring these in. This will then give us more support at the back end here. So if these through here get attacked, these guys will then protect them. So that puts us in a good position there. This one here just got to keep on getting more replacements while we finish these off. Now I could go off and start to hit these guys. Now I can kill off either one of these. I'll bring the doubles. As in, just so we get the extra abilities. Mass attack. Okay, first one down. Good. So we finally killed off one of those. This will then destroy this one. Engineers done a good job there. Bringing the engineers in, I think, was a good move. Ultimately, it's now encircled. Should have brought the recon in for this one. Kill that one off. Now, this is in a diabolically bad position. It's good. We still stayed relatively strong there. We're not dug in here at all, so I probably should go back into the bocage, just so we can dig in a bit better. We are encircled there. But I can finish this one off, which will then sort of should open up it should relieve the pressure here. There we go. Okay, so we've still got this unit back over this other side. Still got these as well that have come in. Let's move that one back. Okay, we've cleaned out all of that. This little scout car. So we just got to keep on putting pressure on other units. I'll bring it back down this way. Okay, next. Leave those where they are. Yep, that's everyone moved, so we'll just end our turn here. Now this one has only got 1 point, so we can kill that one off this time, surely. We'll keep on losing these recon posts. It is hurting. These guys just haven't been able to dig in properly. Another one gone. So down the bottom here. Gonna give up this time? Nope, not yet. All right. We need to get more assistance back down this other side as well. He needs to keep on getting more elite replacements. We are chomping through the money here a little bit. Now we've got the opportunity here to destroy this one finally. Good. And do 3 damage there. I'll take that. Right, those Corsairs were good. They've been worth it. We've still got 3 points. I could bring another Corsair in, but I think it's more on the ground is what we actually need. So just press Z on those. This one here can still move around. Just stay where we are there. This one here can move and shoot. Well, I'll just go and get replacements. And same here again as well, I think. Actually, no, I might move these off. Where do we want to move them to? Maybe even to help back down this way again. And that's everyone again. So we're just getting to our turn here. Been destroyed now as well. I'm going to finish this thing off. This is where we've failed, is we just haven't been able to do anything down in here. Let's get all these back up to nice full strength, and then we'll come back down and take this triangulation point once and for all. If I had had 3 units rather than 2 there, that would have been fine. I've got an extra unit up there which I don't really need. I could have just established this line here. I'm guessing it didn't hurt having the 5 units. Needed only really 4 because that cliff is not doing anything anyway. And we're not really moving off. If I start to put pressure on this triangulation point here, there's not a lot it can do. These should all be completely dug in now. If you're 4, 2 of 5, 5 of 7, 7 of 10. So the digging in here is fairly good. Entrenchment. So we have stopped these tanks. We just can't kill them off, that's all. That's good. Great. Good work. Get these guys up to speed as well. So these are now sort of coming good. Now, are we seeing any other aircraft that would be viable? Not really. I think what we'll do is we'll just go and fix these aircraft up. Get them with elites as well. Just get them up to full strength. We don't really need any more down this way. Maybe just go north. So we are pushing out now. Just get normal replacements for that. We don't need to really be crossing bridges, like rivers, just yet. So let's just keep them where they are. The scout car I'll just move off as well. Let's just go other units down this way. Now I can actually do like Shift Z to sleep indefinitely, which I think I'll just do with these units. All of these. I'm just going to, just so that they don't keep on asking us about it. Alright, that's the end of that one. Here we go. Now we can focus back on this again. That was great. Finally we get there. Alright, so we have visual confirmation of naval gunfire landing right on top of the column of German armour. Good hit, good hit. Next. So the Hermann Göring Panzer unit has been completely destroyed. Great. So that was where? That was up here. Okay, so we've got one hit there. So these triangulation points are super important, even more than I thought. But we have delayed them nicely. Let's keep vision on what's going on through here. If we can capture this, we do well. No, I might move this one up. Start to push up this way. These are more engineers as well. These guys that we want to have come in. I should have brought the engineers in next to it. Where's the other aircraft? Way up the top there. Oh, there we go. Yep, so we can bring these in just to help out over here. We should be able to get this kill here against this Veltro. quite, but did a fair bit of damage there, which is good. Let's see what else we've got. Can't really move with that one. Get that one queued up, that's fine. So nothing much else up this way. This one's just at a bit of a loss as to where to place it. I think I'll just move back across these roads. Just keep it there for now. Actually, I really should be bringing some of these back the other way. Take the one up into here just in case we need another tank, another airfield. Further away, they're still okay, we've sort of moved all of those. Now they've moved into where the other tank was. It's got it, that's good. This way in the north. Now we're doing reasonably well here. Let's attack this. Take that location. So we can keep on bouncing off. Bring that one over. Let's keep on sweeping back this other side. Okay, that's good. So we've got all of the south of it now. We're doing reasonably well. Nothing else around there. There was another aircraft. There it is. This one, we'll just get that one set up. Don't really want to move these away from here. Got it. And so when we move into this, okay, we're on top of the German armour next. And another one has been completely destroyed. That's good. So it's just leaving 3 at this stage. Now, where's the next triangulation point? I wasted way too much time down there. Actually, why have we got that? We didn't stop there, that's why. So I do need to do that. Okay, there's one way up the top there. Another one way up the top there as well. Another one down there. All right. Might be able to bring these across. grab the other one. Drag these forward. Again, if we can get into there, it's good for us. Damage down this way. Get that one leveled up. And we forgot to get the one that was down here. Nothing else down the bottom there. Start to sweep north. All okay there. They never tried to break through. It was just sort of delaying. That's all we had to do there with the mission. Now I've only got 5 minutes, so if you do have a look, like if you hang around, Hexaboo should be along fairly soon, and he'll be playing some of the Nightmare Frontier game, which has also just come out today. So look out for that one. That's also on special. I think 15% off for that one there. So Scythe Massacre is in saying, hello lad, kicking ass. Not really. We did well in here to stop them in the hills, but we failed pretty badly down here. It took us a long time. We're doing okay now, but we could have started off better in this particular one. We are sort of expanding out fairly nicely. It's a different way of playing actually. It's quite it is quite different. Now that's anti-tank, which I've got to be a bit careful of. Let's just move along this one through here. And Post-Apocalypse is saying, I wish Slytherin had better Linux support for their games. Brought a bunch of titles in the past, but I gave up on Windows a few years ago and don't even touch Windows anymore. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know much about that one, sorry. I can't sort of really help you with that. So just keep on sort of going through our turns. We're not going to get it finished. Just keep that one thumping along. Chase this one down next. I'll just get these. There's no targets for either of these. This airfield, portable airfield. I'll just take this to the north. We'll build this on up here somewhere. One there. Need to see what's in there. That's it for that one. That's the Germans, so they're now defending Nisimi, which is the base. So they've been triggered. So if we can take the base, that's like the elite location that we need to sort of get into. So I don't have enough forces here yet to really push this one all that hard. Let's just stay where we are here. Now this one here, I might take this one around as well, just to put pressure on the actual town. It's okay where we are there. Keep these where they are as well. I don't want these breaking out of this little location. They're sort of up against this cliff, as well as the these forces that we've now sort of arranged into here. We're digging in nicely with all of these, which is good, and we do have a bit of support. In fact, what I can do is just move that one across just to give support there, just in case they do try to break through. I'll take the airfield. Can't do that well after I've moved, so I can't switch it to the airfield. Bring this one back across. That's good. So still doing some damage up that way. Next unit. That one's gone, and here we go. Now, actually, I've got to bring this one down. Bring this one across to here. That way we can just get onto the hill next turn and then start to whittle this one down. It's like if we use the engineer, that's the engineer there, the combat engineers. These ones won't be able to do anything. They can't really do much. Anyway, guys, I have actually run out of time, so I'm going to hand over now to Hexaboo. So, and Hexaboo will then sort of show you some Nightmare Frontier, which is an awesome game. It's sort of funny. It's one of those games where it actually is better than it looks. It doesn't look as exciting as the actual game is. Anyway, I'll let Hexaboo show you all that. I'll catch you guys later.